Hello, everyone, and welcome to Division 10 matchup between Howard University and Wake Forest University's B team. Howard is in a must-win situation. Right now, they're on the brink of elimination. If they lose this, they're guaranteed to be out and done for the rest of the season. This could potentially be their last match. If they win, they'll move up a spot, perhaps temporarily. They do have to depend, I believe, on Cornell's D team to lose. So I'm not sure if that match has happened already or not. But I do know if Howard wants a chance to win or make it in the playoffs. Oh, do we have a little gambit here? Oh my goodness. Is Magenta gonna fall for it? That's what I have to ask. Or will they ignore it? They ignore it. Knight here. So they are up 2 pawns. Black can get one back. Odds are if you don't fall for this now, you're not going to fall for it later. So black takes it immediately. Only after, white has developed and defended the queen. So yeah, Magenta not falling for the tricks of Max DeMarco, the board 3 from Wake Forest. So yeah, that's pretty fun to see already. Magenta Puppet, the top board. Might have the board numbers a little mixed up here, but that's okay. As long as everyone plays everyone, that's totally fine. And yeah, I just want to make sure we're following all the players. Here we have a game between Zell, the zombie, and American General. American General, the top board from Wake Forest, I believe. Mitesh Das, not sure. Zell the Zombie, the bottom board from Howard. Here we have Skull Jester and Chinese Master. Both around 1100. This is going to be a close match, actually. This is the board 2 versus the board 3. Sultan Diego cheering on Howard. So I believe this is the first match we've seen. I feel like, yeah, bishop check has to be somewhat annoying, right? Now the king has to move. Yeah, maybe queen check was a little bit better because you get this queen a3 check as well. Yeah, and then followed by bishop check. The king moved again. So okay, leaving the queen's intention here. Leaving the queens on. I think white would have been better off to leave the queens on the board because this king is so weak. When the king is weak, you want to leave as much material on as possible so that you can attack. So here, black should probably trade queens. Queen takes d1, rook takes d1. Still good for white there. I mean, material is still balanced, but like black has issues. How is this bishop gonna get out? How is the rook gonna get out? How is the king gonna find safety? White hasn't completed development yet. Here, black trying to make some space around the king. Try to get the king out this way, perhaps. We have a trade on f6. Black had that pre-moved back. They were ready for it, anticipating. So now the knight develops looking at the c4 pawn. There was maybe queen d4 check. There's also knight here. Yeah, so I mean, white was definitely in the driver's seat here, and they have just completely gone passive with knight d2, taking away a lot of squares from these pieces. The queen had the full scope. The bishop was protecting e3. Knight here blocks the bishop, allowing the knight to come in with a fork. So black picks up the exchange. Far from over yet. This king is still in the thick of it. We have here, king steps up, queen check. There is e3. So yeah, maybe leaving the knight here. No. Okay, here you got a block for sure. Now the queen has to find a new home. So probably queen c5 makes the most sense. You are going to lose this c4 pawn with knight takes or queen takes. Definitely not taking here. I accidentally click sometimes and it makes the moves for me. I wish it wouldn't do that. Anyways, let's check back in with Max DeMarco. So yeah, Magenta Puppet, after Max DeMarco's little trick, 97, Magenta didn't fall for it. It looks like Magenta's up a bunch of material, up a piece, and 4 pawns. That is a lot of pawns. Magenta Puppet playing this really well. Oh, we have a result. Zelda Zombie going down to American General with checkmate. So, queen check and mate. Yeah, that's rough. All right, so American General with the point. Let's put them on the board, the top board from Wake Forest. Let me make sure I'm following Malcolm. Okay, maybe Wake Forest is missing a player. Yeah. Let me try messaging them. Maybe it already ended. So Magenta with the points. The top 2 boards, points on the board. All right, queen check, king should run, or you can block on d6. If the king runs, there's this fork, actually. So black should really block with something, rook or queen. Probably queen to try to trade out. Ooh, is white gonna find queen h5 check? Yes, they do, with speed. So that's picking up a piece for white. So that's good. I see. Wait, Vijad is playing Magenta. Hey, John, with the raid back at 32 viewers. Thank you so much. Returning the All right. Well, this is you guys tuned in just in time. You've only missed 2 games out of 16. This just started. We're still in round 1. This is Howard versus Wake Forest B. All right. Queen check. White should win this one, but we've seen some crazy comebacks. I mean, all you have to do is blunder e3, and there could very well be mate. So it's important probably to move the knight somewhere to open up the bishop. Okay, so the knight comes here. There's a potential fork. I don't know how bad that would be. Probably like less. Oh, you could take the bishop with tempo. Queen here. Probably move the queen to the h file, or take e6. Yeah, queen takes e6. Now queen takes here is mate in 1. How do you defend this? You gotta go here or here. There's rook takes. I mean knight takes rook. Oh, queen here as well. Oh, you gotta be careful. Queen e7. Okay. King h8. You take here? No, they take the rook. Bishop takes, hits the queen. There's queen takes with check. You have to block with the rook. Oh! Oh! Botas Gambit. Skull Gesture has 2.5 minutes. Oh my god. That is why you never give up, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what's going to happen in Division 10. Bishop's trying to come here, but the bishop also is defending e3. Bishop comes back to try to flush the king out, or the queen out. Oh, Vikes piling up now. They got the 2-second increment. They're they're living off the increment. We need rook here. 8 seconds. 7. Queen takes pawn. All right. Rook here threatens a fork. This game's not over yet. Rook d2. Now anything takes on e3. Oh, there's the fork. They got the fork. Oh my goodness. Takes. You have the bishop pair versus a rook. Bishop here's a big threat. White's winning again. Pawn push threatens the skewer or the pen. Oh my god. Okay, check. King here. Okay. Here, maybe. I don't know. Just king up. Or king back. Okay. Oh, the bishop's hit. You're gonna lose a pawn. Are they listening in? Oh no, they can't be. There's a delay too. Okay, so the bishop's hit. Bishop tucks back. This game is still not over. I mean, this is a passed pawn right here. Never underestimate. Also, if Skull Jester keeps playing like this, I don't know. They're playing so fast. They got so much time. The queen check, I don't know. Okay, check. King up. Oh, okay. Yeah, defend this. That makes sense. That's defended. This guy's running. Probably want to stop this at some point. The bishop's covering promotion square, so that's fine. That's defended. There's check. One of these two, yeah. That's probably the more active square. Keep pushing this guy. Yeah, there's check. Here. Okay. Blocking the pawn, but these bishops are covering all these squares. This bishop covers the promotion. You just keep pushing. There's always stalemate chances. You never know. There's a queen. There's a queen. There goes that queen. There's going to be another queen. Yeah. It's going to be hard for white to mess this one up. Bishop f6. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right. There should be mate soon. Ah, we have resignation. All right. Skull Jester with a hard-fought win there for Howard. What a game. All right. We got Vishad versus Magenta Puppet, who won their first game for Howard. Looks like this guy is a bit pinned, but maybe we can go back and defend. Didn't mean to rhyme like that, but just out here busting out rhymes. It's not that impressive. Okay, so we got 4 games going. I have no idea. Like, the players kind of played in a weird order, I think. That or I had something messed up. But here we got Malcolm Wooten. This is Howard's leader, their club president, I believe. This is a nice pen. So, yeah, bishop. The knight was hit, and they decided to just go for the rook. So I think this should be good for. Well, no, I guess black was already up a piece. Probably. What did I miss? Oh, they missed the fork. Okay, so Max DeMarco gets the fork. Up a piece. You give up a piece back for the exchange. So as it stands now, Malcolm is up in exchange. Looking to trade off more, which is good. So trading off a pair of rooks. So now we got a pair of knights versus bishop and rook. This pawn might look free, but it's not. You get trapped. Probably don't want to deal with that. So let's see. Probably good is to bring out a rook, or you know what? You can just keep advancing this as well. That's pretty solid. What else do we have? We got a couple other games underway. We can watch Vishad's game versus Magenta. They only have 2 minutes left. Looks like we got a nice safe king here, castle king side. As Vishad has these 3 pawns on both sides. Both sides have 2 pawn islands, but This pawn island has a doubled pawn here. This knight's getting hit. So where does the knight go? You can't go here or here because of the rook. You can go here or here. You could go here. It's very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend it. You could also go here. Probably also not best. So yeah, knight d3 makes the most sense. Now the pawn is hit. I mean, the pawn was shielded by the knight. This is now a free pawn. I think probably best was playing to c3. Here, now either knight or rook can take this. So they take with the rook. So this wins a pawn for magenta puppet. So we trade off here. So magenta puppet up a pawn. Activating the rook here. The knight should probably go back. Okay, going here. Interesting. I think, like, you would love to attack this, but even if you win this, you lose that. But also, there's this really gnarly knight e1 move. Knight e1. Someone knight. Okay, you gotta watch out for e4. And if you push f3, you give up the e3 square. The king steps over, but now pawn here. This is winning material for black now. And if you try to attack the knight now, it's too late because pawn takes defends the knight. So yeah, taking here, you really don't want to trade off rooks. Okay. Well, maybe, is the knight trapped? I don't think so. Knight comes here with check. You don't want to go here. So, okay. Here, back here, and back here? Like, is this a draw? I don't know. What do you do after knight c2? Because you don't really want to go here to here, do you? Like king here and then push this and then go here. I don't know. I don't see how magenta saves this. King d3, white played it immediately, so they know. Oh, Malcolm beat Max DeMarco. So let's update his score. So right now, Howard's winning 3-1. So the knight finds itself on a1, looking to get to b3. So, ooh, pawn here. So if king to b3, we still have king here. But then the knight gets back here. It's confusing. You gotta go c3. Yeah, I think I would have started with c3 to not allow king b3, or knight b3. So now there's knight c1. And now there's king d2. This still might just be a massive draw. I mean, maybe black can win a pawn or something. I don't know. But now you have to go back to b3. Can you try a2? King here. Pawn push. I mean, probably you just take, and you just go here anyways. Yeah, this is very, very complicated. The knight is essentially trapped. This is looking to be a draw. It's knight a2, king c2, king d7. Like, at least you get a pawn out of this. Yeah, so black is the side that's favored, obviously, up in knight. But yeah, they're trying to rescue this guy. So I think just king b2 or b takes. Actually, yeah, I think it was better not to play a5. Yeah, I think white definitely should have taken. Now it's fine again for black because they can win material, I think. Okay, so they take, we take, they take, we come up, and now this king has to save this pawn. Yeah. So they know this is completely winning now for black. Should be. I don't know. I'm a bad chess player. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, this is tough for Vashad. Vashad should have taken on a5. If you take on a5, they take back, then black wouldn't have an extra pawn. Okay, so the king's already departing. He's left the b pawn. He's running in. Yeah. Now this king's trying to gobble up these pawns before the king can take these. Both sides less than 30 seconds. Are we gonna save this guy? Or are we gonna go for more? Probably you should push this. Yeah, f5 I think was the only winning move. So now, yeah, as soon as this pawn falls, this guy is running. Wait, takes here? Oh my god, I think it's a draw now. I think they needed g5, f4. Wow. Wow, black had a win with g5, f4. They missed it. They let white take all the pawns. So wait, was this the game that I thought it was? No. I was gonna say. Yeah, it ends in a draw, so Magenta Puppet, 1.5 out of 2. Vishad getting a half point there. Very, very interesting fight. I mean, winning a piece, but the piece was trapped. Getting an extra pawn out of it. Having a 1 game. So yeah, I think like before you move your king away from that extra pawn that you have, try to make as much progress on the other side with your pawns as possible. And then by the time that your king gets over and you win the pawns, you'll be much better off. Here we have another pawn race. Looks like black is going to beat white to the punch. So promote, and white is a move short. So yeah, queen here covering this. And black king is going to take this pawn, and you can give up the queen here. That's totally fine. Because this guy is just so much closer than this guy. So we have resignation. American General, 2 for 2. Keeping Wake Forest in it. They're only down by 1. So here we got Chinese Master versus Zell. Kinzel Monroe, the bottom board. Neither of these players have gotten a point yet. What's happening in this one? Can we double up on here? Can we go Queen H8? That's what I want to know. Queen H8's looking pretty good, pretty juicy. Did Carnegie Mellon and Cornell D already play? I have no idea. That is a good question, because if Cornell loses, I think Howard can pass them. American General lost? Oh, you're right. My bad. So not keeping them close. Skull Gestures, 2 for 2. All right. My bad. Thank you for catching that. All right. So I guess they missed Queen H8, no? So bishop here, rook moves. Oh, you can actually take this. Take, check, and GG. So they missed that. They're going after this guy. They're hanging this one, though. So, yeah, this also defends that. So, a couple things being missed, perhaps, from both sides. Queen H8 still probably the best move, I guess. I don't know. Definitely don't take this now. If that was a plan. Probably, like, yeah, you gotta guard against that. Okay, going here for this. Probably just a development move here would be pretty good. Okay, rook check. King steps up. There's queen takes. With check. Could block. Why are you covering this? Yeah, so the Collegiate Chess League is something I started 2 years ago. Rook check. Don't block. You want to run. So king here. Now there's rook check. Rook check. King move again. Queen check. Rook check. I mean, lots of options here. Queen check as well. Yeah. So now probably here. And now check here. Okay. Pawn block? No. You take this? Probably not. Probably. Yeah, don't give this check. Okay, they take this. There's this, but there's block. block either of these squares. Don't block here though. Okay, rook block. Okay, yeah, this is looking grim for Zell. Commissionaire means a different thing in my little world because of where. Okay. Wait. Oh, queen take. Okay. Yeah, that was a mistake. So now hoping for stalemate, I suppose. There's always a chance. King up. King back. Rook check. King up. And I'm trying to create a stalemate in my mind. That's mate. Yeah. Nicely done from the Chinese master. That's a point for Wake Forest. Alright, so what do we have here? Magenta Puppet versus the American General. The top boards. This should be a round 4 match, but they're playing already. I don't know how they decided what order to play in. But you know what? I'm not gonna question it. Knight c2 is a threat. There's knight takes d5. There's rook here. E4 could be a thing as well, but you drop this to take that. Probably not worth it. Rook c1's been played. Knight takes here is probably something to consider. No, they take here. Probably take with the pawn. You could also take with the rook or the queen. Take with the pawn kicks the knight out. Yeah, maybe queen or rook was a little bit better. Because like now if you want to take here, you double isolate your pawns. A little less than ideal. But still probably better for white to be up the material. Also, if the knight moves, perhaps b7 is hanging. So let's see what the American general decides on. Where are you going to put the knight? Or do you attack the queen? Probably not best. But maybe a good in-betweener to insert. Okay, so knight to the center, d5, hitting the bishop. You could take this. I mean, the rook is defended. The knight's defended. It's just, it would purely be for winning material, and you're threatening check, which is annoying. Threatening bishop takes, which is annoying. So, okay, white's going for this. There is knight takes f4. But, again, there is this check. There's probably a bishop block, so you probably want to take the knight back first. White does so. Now, bishop takes is really annoying because bishop check here is going to be terrible. So, what does black do here? If you go here, you give that up. You could also give check first, then take if you wanted to. So yeah, white's slightly favored here. Let's check in with Malcolm's game. Malcolm's down to a minute versus Vashad. This is a really well placed queen here. Very annoying. The knight and queen are both tethered to the e7 square. The queen is attacking the pawn though. And this rook is opposite the king, so if the knight moves, perhaps bishop takes knight is going to be a threat. Knight here looks pretty good. Well, no, knight takes, so probably not. Queen here just defending this. Vashad's actually technically up material, up a pawn. But white's definitely better developed. If you want to take this, you gotta watch out for that. You lose this. You could take this though. So rook up defends and attacks. Yeah, I don't think you can hold on to f6. As beautiful a pawn that is. Only 19 seconds for Malcolm though. So develop the rook opposite the king. Rook or queen takes here is probably best for black. They decide to go with the rook. So now you could try to get to the back rank, but the rook can come back. And now you gotta find a new home. So either here or here. I mean, I guess you could go here, here, but don't really want to trade queens. So queen here. If pawn push, we have bishop takes. Threatening to win a piece. Because this pawn is pinned to the king. So Malcolm is down 2 pawns, down a lot of material or time as well. 6.9 seconds left on the clock. Unfortunately, not so nice. So Vishad's thinking here. Probably you want to develop the queen. Yeah, there it is. So queen's out, trying to get castled. King steps aside, so off this diagonal and off this file. But maybe weakening this side. Probably castles now, no? King steps up. Have a good night, John. Sleep well, my friend. Thanks again for the raid. I really appreciate it. Okay, trying to trade knights. I'm not a fan of this because now you open up the bishop. So, like, rook takes threatens mate. Bishop takes threatens a check. I mean, it doesn't threaten it. It is a check. So trading rooks, this distracts the bishop. But black is still better here, up by 2 pawns. So this king is not castling, but it's fairly safe because like the pawn structure just kind of negates all of white's attacking pieces. Here again, we're dropping g2. Offering queen trade though. So now, yeah, black keeps missing this. So pawn push, defending. Now I'd like to see this, but maybe we get the c file here. Okay, king here, bishop hits the rook. Rook here defends the pawn. Pretty passive. Rook wants to come here. 6 seconds for Malcolm. He's living on the edge. Skull Jester beat Max DeMarco. Did I get that point already for them? I don't know. Alright, so locking down the pawn side here. The rook is defending this way. Notice we have everything on dark squares. There goes a pawn here. So Malcolm fighting back, and the clock is starting to even out. So yeah, Malcolm has the better pawn structure for this endgame against the light square bishops. But they are down a pawn still. I think we need the king up. Defend the base point. So yeah, about 10 seconds for each player. King steps up to defend us. Now the rook is free to get into the game. I like this because you hit this and this. Okay. That's annoying. Oh, that's a free rook. Oh, Vishad in time pressure. Can't handle it. Can't hang. They go down. Let's see. Another time pressure game here. 3 seconds for American General. So Malcolm improves to 2 points. A capture here. Probably pawn takes, right? But then queen check. Ooh. Hold up. Queen e5 check. Could they have taken this one too? Is that rook hanging? Queen check here. You want queen e5 again. If the king goes here, you can play... can we just like play this? 3 seconds, oh my gosh. They could okay, they 3-folded. Who was that? The game immediately ended. I forgot who that was. I don't even have the game available to me anymore. That is like so annoying. Okay. It was magenta versus. Okay, thank you so much. I guess that makes sense. Okay. 2 to 1.5. Howard has a 3-point lead. Their top 3 boards have 2 points each. Okay, now all 4 players are playing. I have no idea what round we're in. I guess this might be the still 3rd round. Yeah, I'm actually confused how I have 9 points and all 4 of them are playing. I guess maybe one of them played like a round early or something, or like a 4th round game already. Yeah, Howard's going to be eliminated unless they win. And even if they win, they still need Cornell's D team to lose. Because if Cornell's D team wins, they clinch. So I have no idea when that match is or if they've played already. But looks like Howard's on the right path. Howard is on the path to success. They're taking their fate into their own hands. They're setting themselves up for success. Unfortunately, it might be a little too late. Howard has to rely a little bit on Carnegie Mellon to beat Cornell. So we'll see if that even happens. I don't even know. Maybe I should look it up. That shouldn't be too difficult to do. Oh, Carnegie Mellon hasn't even put up a lineup actually, so I think Carnegie Mellon might not even play. So that would be very unfortunate for the Howard team. But all right. Howard can't think about that right now. They gotta take this match one game at a time. This could be their last hurrah. I like h3 to play g4 from white, just going after this guy. Okay, capture here. Pawn takes back. Again, h3 probably solid. I mean, you don't control f6 like you did, like you used to. But okay, here we got h3 regardless. Here, let's check in with Malcolm, the club leader. How's Malcolm doing? This game just started. We got both sides castle king side. We have a trade on f3. This knight can come out with tempo. Yep, very solid. Threatening to win a pawn as well as get the fork on the queen and bishop. So how does white deal? If you push the pawn to save it and attack the knight, you still might do this. I like rook to c8 a lot. Just develop opposite the bishop, threaten to take material. e5 from black. Putting a pawn in the center. Attacking d4 if white does nothing. So what should white do? White can push, white can take, they push. Still might play knight d4. And then white could either take or drop back. Not much options besides that. Could also go back to e7. You can go to b4. Okay, so b4 it is. Let's check in with Skull Jester and Vishad. So yeah, the position's fairly even. This king might be a little bit more exposed than it needs to be. Black had 3 pieces trained on g4. I wonder if they were contemplating sacrificing. Okay, we have a trade in the center. This pawn hangs at the end of it. So does this one. You could give check. 3.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Skull Jester's playing quickly. Zell the zombie beat Max DeMarco. Already? Did I give them a point? No, that's their first point. Ah. The battle of the 800s. There goes a pawn, there goes a pawn. Check, there goes the rook. Nicely done. Probably you want to take here first with check and then take, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so point for Zell. The bottom board from Hauer contributing some points. Yeah, probably I have Vishad and Max mixed. It's not a big deal. So yeah, 3 minutes for Skull. 1:54 for Vishad. This knight is hit. Gotta save this guy. Probably knight e4. There it is. Pressure here. Bishop here, queen here even. Definitely don't go here though right away. So yeah, Skull Jester has over a minute above their opponent. Let's tune to this one. Malcolm's game. You can take on c2. What is Malcolm thinking here? Do we take the bishop with the knight? Hello, Squilzy. How goes it? Yeah, Malcolm's burning a lot of time here thinking about this next move. Really thinking. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Take here. Queen. Oh, queen takes defenses. I was thinking knight takes because the knight's penned, but the queen defends that point. So we do take the bishop. I like this move. Getting rid of white's bishop pair. Queen takes, and now maybe develop the queen, connect the rooks. Thinking like queen here. Okay, going after this guy. Pawn push, maybe pawn here now. Nope, just going one square. Protecting the b5 pawn in case the queen ever gets out of the pen. I'm good, thanks for asking. So under a minute now for Malcolm. Let's check in with Vishad. Vishad also under a minute, 48 seconds at 2:20. And yeah, looks like this queen's getting in here. We have bishop takes. There's queen check. I like black's position. Okay, what just happened? What just happened? Yeah, this was not the move. This was not the move. Way too many checks to deal with here for white. You have to be very cognizant of that. Vishad low on the clock, less than 30 seconds. Can they punish? Rook check. King g2, pretty much your only move. Queen check. You got 2 moves here. If you go here, that's GG. If you go here, I don't know. You have this and this. What's happening? 15 seconds. Rashad's struggling. Wait. Did I say that? That's a free. What's the move here? Rook e3 probably. They're sacrificing. Can't forget about queen's checks. Queen c. I like. Yeah, I think queen c1. Yeah, I think queen c1 won the rook. But it likes both. Like, here you need to find rook e3. Rook e3 is GG. So they sack, now there's a check. That's also a fork, so probably you need... Oh, no time. Vishad in time pressure. Couldn't find a defense to the fork. So Vishad goes down. Let's check on Malcolm. Only 9 seconds. Skull Gesture getting a 3rd point. So yeah, it seems that Howard should win this, but I think the Cornell's going to beat them for the playoff spot. So let's see. Only 4 seconds for Malcolm. John Ken cheering on Howard. Love to see it. So the knight reroutes. Probably h5. Yeah, they're going for g4. G4 is a great way to bust things open here on the king side. And the threat is to fork the king and bishop. King already preemptively stepping back. Black doesn't care. They're pushing onward. G4 on the board. A trade pre-moved from Malcolm. These are 5-2, yes. Is the finals me versus the winning team in a final? No. Okay, any bishop move with queen h7 should be lights out. Black and white with combating connect 4 here. That's how you know the position is very heated. Knight comes in. We have queen here now. Queen here, ladies and gentlemen. Looking mighty fine. Even better now. Knight b3 hits this thing. This thing moves. Queen check this way. Somewhat peculiar. Here and now king up. Okay, rook up 2. Beautifully played by Malcolm here. With only 4 seconds left. American general struggling. How do you find a defense to this? A sac... Wow! Pre-moved by Malcolm. They predicted it. We have resignation. Well done. Nice game there from Malcolm. Here we got 2 players under 30 seconds. The action does not stop. There's a check. So black has a queen versus knight and rook. Both players very low on time. Let's give a point to Malcolm. So with that, Howard has enough points to claim win on the match. So let's see. Can white find a miracle? A knight fork, perhaps. Black needs to push their pawn advantage. Looks like they're doing so. Rook h5. Yeah, black should just keep pushing. Okay. Maybe bring the knight in. No, there goes the pawn. Okay. This is black's game to mess up. Let's see what happens. Check. King back. Check. King up. Rook back. Watch out for the skewer. So queen leaves. Push the pawns. 2 seconds. Check. King over. Okay, hits this. Queen check. What's up, mate in China? Oh, fork. Fork. Missed the fork. Rook steps over. I still give this check. Don't go here because of this fork. Queen check. Oh, fork. Ah. Oh my god, we had such a quick game between Zell and Vishad. We're gonna have to look at that. Another check. Just keep checking. 2 seconds. Just keep checking. Yep, yep. Just keep checking. It's fine. Maybe it's not fine, but what you gonna do, man? I don't know. We need the knight to get here, but it's impossible. Ah, there they find the fork. There it is. All right, now you gotta hope for a stalemate. Check here is nice. Push the pawn is nice. Yep, knight takes, forced. Unless you want to play down 2 queen. 2.1 seconds. Hitting here, that's another fork. All right, GG to the magenta puppet. Strong showing. Let's look at this game real quick. This game literally was 7 moves. 800 versus 900. So we have e6, a good start to blocking, but now we play d5, reopening the bishop, and now we have mate threat. Must be stopped. Knight here with the fork. Blundering mate in 1. All right. So Zell the zombie gets a point. So right now I have the final score of 11-3. I'm missing 2 games, I guess. Here's one of them. Chinese Master versus Malcolm Wooten. And yeah, I don't know if there's another game after this that we're missing. So Malcolm's going for the 4 out of 4, I guess. If Malcolm wins this, he's going to be flawless. He has the rating advantage. We got an Italian Joko piano, one of my favorite. Evans Gambit on the board. So let's see, does black know their theory? Bishop takes, gotta do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Knight takes. Now knight takes e5. Threading. Hold up. Queen g5 is annoying, right? Isn't this some sort of theory? No. No. You're hanging f7 now. Okay. You know, honestly, knight takes b4, like, I guess they've never seen the Evans Gambit before, or they don't know how to deal with it. So now queen e7, threatening e4. So let's see. They take the rook. Okay, queen takes e4. This could get a little tricky. This could get a little tricky. The bishop's hanging. The pawn is hanging. That's why bishop takes f7 oftentimes is better. Black is shaking in there, but I don't know. Maybe white is now. So what do we do? What do we do? Queen e2? Queen e2? Queen e2, and now there's also knight c2. So black gets the fork back. I agree with you, Wikipedia. I think Cornell's gonna win by forfeit. I'll have to ask Carnegie Mellon. Maybe I already did. Yeah, I think. Let me see. No, he says that they're gonna forfeit. So yeah, Cornell D wins. So Howard's gonna be eliminated, which is unfortunate. They did miss like 2 weeks in a row though. So like, even if they're a good team, if they can't play their matches, they don't deserve the points. So that's just gonna have to be a lesson that they're gonna learn, because hopefully they'll be back next season, a little bit stronger, a little more coordinated. Queen takes e2, king takes or bishop takes, probably king takes, and then knight takes on a1. So this game is far from over. It's far from over. Knight takes a1. Yeah. And now what? Rook e1? There's bishop f2 though. Bishop f2 is so annoying, because you want a good bishop discovery, but bishop f2 hits the rook. Is Chinese Master gonna see it? Yes, they do. So now you gotta play rook f1. Or bishop here, double check, but you might be putting yourself into some trouble. Just don't go king d8. I swear if you go king d8. This knight on f6 is guarding the e8 square, so there's no mate. Okay, so now you're in a bit of a pickle, right? This is hanging, this is hanging. So I guess you go here or here. If takes with check, and then we get our knight out, at least temporarily. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, probably just rook f1. That's what you should do. That would have been a nice finish to the game, though. Little self-mate, little checkmate right there. Imagine this this knight was pinned or something. Rook e8 would be very beautiful as well. But unfortunately, the knight is not pinned. If Temple had beaten Akron earlier today, Temple had a shot at getting a direct entry into quarterfinals. Interesting. So you guys lost to Akron. Isn't Akron like the division leader though? I feel like Akron's leading the pack, so that's a pretty good team. So okay. The bishop is hit. Both bishops are hanging. Bishop to b2 is going to be a nice move for white when the time is right. Basically, looking to get back some material here, but also looking to get rid of this guy. Bishop to d4, very smart, counteracting that. So that's why rook f1 was a little bit better, because we'd be at least pinning this knight. Rutgers C. Is that Rutgers RU in Northeastern? There's so many teams, guys. I can't keep track of all of it. There's too much. I know the leaders for the most part. Like, I still have to look up which division teams are in, because there's just so many. I know like pretty much all of Division 1, because I mean I've just been watching nothing but Division 1. It's pretty easy to keep track of those games too. But even once you get to D2, like I barely know. I know there's like a ton of California schools. I know there's Duke and Uni Ben. Okay, so bishop here, just kind of locking that king in. Bishop a3 is kind of nice, but black can block with a lot of pawns. And when I say a lot of pawns, I mean 2 different pawns. So there's one of them. This is a really good move from black, just getting ready to bring the bishop out. Also, bishop g4 is a threat. So h3 has been played by Malcolm pretty quickly to block that. Bishop f5, developing for black with tempo. Ooh, watch out for c2 as well. So probably you have to move this knight. No other way to defend it. D3 just looks like a free pawn to me. Although maybe you go here and try to take this guy. Also, with the bishop moving, this opens up the rook. So even if we distract this knight, the rook covers this, so there's no mate. LSU's now first. Nice. How does the penalty work? You subtract a point from their score. If they submitted a roster late or needed to substitute a player after already submitting from the leaderboard score. Penalty point is -1 from their match score. Not the leader. I mean, the match points, you get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss. The penalties will never affect that. It'll only affect the match score, like, which is the board points. You have match points and board points. So you get match points from winning matches. You get board points from winning games within the matches. So a penalty affects the board points, which can affect your match point. If it's like, if you're up 8.5 to 7.5 and you win, but you have a penalty, then it's tied 7.5, 7.5. So instead of getting 2 points, both teams get 1 point. Okay, this rook is getting close to trapped. Although the knight on c2 is now hanging. So probably like rook g3. Okay, rook here as well. Don't go bishop g1. Because then rook h1. Okay, taking here is fine. Pawn takes. So now the knight is hanging. And trapped. After this pawn recapture. Yeah, king e7 from black is a good move. Getting ready to retake this guy. And then this is hanging too. So rook here we can take. Or king d2 or something. Or... Okay, yeah, takes. But now this guy's trapped. You just have to play here. So yeah, it's not the most obvious move to find. Probably bishop here is good. Yeah, bishop back to come here is good as well. I was gonna say like go here so that after knight here you can't go back. But this gives up this check. Okay, rook here. Maybe this, I don't know. They go here though. Okay, attacking this guy. Honestly, this position's like fairly even. It's two pieces for a rook, but like this piece is kind of trapped, but also kind of not. Pawn push here, a rescue mission. I like these moves from white. White's playing this well. Skull gesture 1 all 4. Okay, I probably missed it. Okay, the bishop's in now. Bishop e6. Yeah, white's better, honestly. The two pieces are better than a rook. So black was never able to get the knight in the corner. And this really nice g5, g6 maneuver with the pawn on the g file helped get the knight out of danger. And so now these bishop pair, I mean, the bishop pair is just overpowering the rook. Bishop back hits the knight. Knight f6. Knight f6 makes sense. You don't really want to take. You also don't want to give up your light square bishop. Okay, there's bishop h5 check. Knight hits the rook. Rook moves. Pawn push. King f7, yeah. Save the knight. You really don't. Oh no, rook takes e6 now. Rook takes e6, completely winning for black. Yeah, they find it. Malcolm, 1 second left. 2.8. Yeah, your pawn's gonna be caught, unfortunately, and these pawns are too strong. You had to save this guy. We got the inside positioning though. So he's gonna try to work his way in here, but as soon as you step here, it's like you've hit a landmine. 3 seconds. Because as soon as you step here, there's pawn push and pawn push. Now it's a draw. Yeah, so black needed to push c5. So now you take here, now king here. Okay, this. White's trying to lose this. Okay, so now black has a chance. White has to get to the corner. Oh no. Okay. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, basically don't push the pawn, just go after their pawn and you're fine. So now this is going to be a long drawn out draw unless white messes this up. But I think Malcolm should know. Malcolm should have this. As long as they don't lose their internet connection. King a6, king back, king b5, a4, king a5. Yeah, king back. Okay, king b4. Yeah. Are you gonna go all the way to stalemate? King a4. King back. King b3. A1, very important you go to A1. That's the key. That is the key there. So, okay, king B3. King A1. There you go. Yeah. Offer draw. Just play A2. Just play A2. Don't flag. It doesn't even matter. Black couldn't flag. They would just lose on, or they would draw by time, but they agreed to a draw. A peaceful result to a lopsided match. Malcolm at 3.5. And Chinese Master, is it? Yep, at 1.5. So that is that match.